legs are open. Like, oh my god. Hi besties. Oh, my fan is on. Hi besties. So, okay. We are doing a reading challenge. Like, I do this every year on my Goodreads. So on my Goodreads, it'll say like, you know, the reading goal of the year. I always do what the year is. So in 2023, I read 23 books. In 2024, and so on and so forth. I did 2023. I only read 8 last year. And now this is a new year. So our goal is to read 25 books this year, the year of 2025. Thought it'd be a really cute idea to like tag them. So I like have a plan of some sort. I don't really know. I'm trying to think if I should like put like a number on them. But I also have books on my Kindle. You know, I'm not really sure, but we're just gonna tag. We're just gonna tag them. So first we're gonna do this side. So number 1 is our Kristen Hannah face. I do want to do the woman, the nightingale, and I really want to do the 4 winds. So like actually, should I just do top? I'll do top. You know, I could go over the goal, of course, but I just want to have like some sort of a layout. And then I will want to do all the colors of the dark. So I'm gonna do that as well. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 books. I'm gonna do the Midnight Library. Up here is number 6. Okay, and then we're gonna do, I feel like I have to go through A Little Life. I've started it, but I kind of want to finish it. So 1, 5, 6, 7. I still haven't read Jeanette McCurdy. We're gonna save those. I'm gonna save those later. What I'm gonna do at the end of this is to flip them around of what I've already read. So we're gonna do that too. Oh, okay, so I would like to do the Bridgerton world. I don't know if I'm in my romance era just yet, but I want to finish Yours Truly. Ooh. I want to finish, or I want to do Just for the Summer. I want to finish. I did Part of Your World. I want to complete the like trilogy, but not trilogy. And then I want to do some sort of Ellen Hildebrand, so we're gonna start with, I guess the Hotel Nantucket is like the number 1 fave. So we're at 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I kind of want to go in my fantasy era. It scares the shit out of me, but I do. So the Ballads of Songbirds and Snakes I haven't read yet. And the movie's out too. Like, it's been out for a while. So we're gonna do that. But also there's the 4th one coming out, right? 5th one coming out in March, which I've already pre-ordered. So we're gonna put 2 here to save it for that one. Red Rising, Flock. We're gonna do Fourth Wing, and ACOTAR. Oh my god. Okay. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So this is like the mystery thriller, crime, yada yada section. Oh, we're at 16. Last one. I would love to do We Used to Live Here. Just got it. We're gonna do The God of the Woods. I started it, didn't finish it. 18. Never Lie. 19. And I have a bunch on my Kindle. But I'm gonna do 20 here and 5 on my Kindle. And a Kindle will be like, I guess, a different color or whatever. I feel like Stephen King would be really cool to go down. I also heard The Wife Between Us is like really nuts. I don't know. Sick of midnight darkest hours. Drowning after that night. Flicker. Maybe we'll do Flicker in the Dark. Everyone raves about that one. It's kind of an oldie. And no, you know what I'm gonna do? Fuck you. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do The Silent Patient. It's hiding in here. I've never read The Silent Patient. That's gonna be your 20th. I need to get through these so I can kind of make room for more. Okay. The Silent Patient is our 20th book, correct? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So you have 20 books on here that we're gonna read for our reading challenge. I'm gonna do 5 on my Kindle. I have a lot on my Kindle that I want to read, so that's gonna be just like, I think a minimum of 25. But we have already done our first one. So I just finished The Great Alone by Kristen Hanna. So we're gonna take this off like that, okay? So now we're gonna turn, which I'm gonna do a review at the end of this. We're gonna turn around the books that we have read. So The Homecoming, I read as a kid, so we're gonna turn that around. The Weight of Silence, I've read. Okay. And then we're gonna turn around Firefly Lane, Fly Away, and Kristen Hanna. Those we have read. Okay, and I've read, these are like self-help. So actually what I'm gonna do, I haven't read those. Okay, it starts with Us, Ugly Love, all this stuff. I've read all of these. Ooh. Okay. I've started that one, didn't finish it. I read 7 Husbands. I've read Love and Other Words. That's it, I think. I've read Part of Your World. Started Tampa, didn't finish it. I've read The Hunger Games. Okay, I've read Divergent. Of course, you can't even see. Ugh. Hunger Games. Divergent. None of those. I think I've read the most thrillers on my Kindle. I've read none of those. It's so bad. Okay, I've read Hidden Pictures. Okay. And then I've started a lot of these. And There He Kept Her. I'm still working my way on Where the Dead Sleep. I'm like a good halfway, I guess. Still Missing, I've read. Bitch. Okay. I read One of the Good Guys over break. So that one can be turned around. Oh my god. I've read nothing else. Oh, The Boyfriend. I read The Boyfriend. Okay, so the rest were on my Kindle. So we gotta step up our shit. Okay, The Great Alone by Miss Kristen Hanna. Okay. On Goodreads, I gave it a 4 out of 5, but I would have given it 4.5 if they had halves. Kristen Hanna. I love Kristen Hanna so much. This is my 3rd book of hers. Now, I'm gonna say this right now, is I do wish that I didn't read the majority of this in public. If you watched my TikTok vlog from this Tuesday, the 14th, I think was it? I went on a little road trip and I read the majority of this and I finished it at home. I feel like because I was in public, I kind of had to like keep my composure, but I was freaking the fuck out. So if you've read the book, I'm not gonna give a lot. What I read in public was, oh, they just sent the dad away, and I finished home, but I finished in public when she declined an offer, or sure, let's just say that. So I feel like I'm gonna reread this again. I'm the type of person where, like, I do rewatch the same shows and movies over and over again because I just love them, but also is that after a good year, 6 months to a year, I forget what happens. Firefly Lane destroyed me, broke me, but I want to read it again because I want to go through. I don't remember. I mean, like, I remember, of course, but I don't remember everything. So A Great Alone, Kristen Hanna. Basically, I'm not, for a non-spoiler, it is a historical fiction. I don't think it's that historical fiction. The only history part is the father of the book. He was a prisoner of war in the Vietnam War, and he came back from war and was all fucked up. Now, they only mention a couple, like, they don't mention a couple times. It's a big part of the book of him being traumatized, but they don't really go in detail of, like, the war itself or the torture that he, endured. They just said that, the war really fucked him up. Like, they don't go into crazy, so it's not really, I don't think it's a historical fiction, because it's not like you go through him in the war, or like there's no really like a description. They just say like, he has like burn marks, or he has like, scars. Like, they don't really like talk about the Vietnam War. So if you're worried about it being too of a history, it's not at all. A family of a parent and a girl. At the beginning, I think she's like 13 or 14, Lenny. Her father came back from Vietnam, prisoner of war, all screwed up and crazy, and they kept moving a lot. The father kind of went to that like conspiracy theory mind that like the government is this and the government is that. So they kept moving a lot. They acquire a land in Alaska, and they move there. And if you don't know anything about Alaska, in the summers, it's like light out for like 18 hours of the day. It's like light out till about 9 or 10 p.m. And then in the winter, it's dark at like 2 or 3. Like, it's dark very, very early. And that was a concern about the father being in Alaska because of the dark, and it really makes him more on edge. And more crazy. So, and with Kristen Hanna, I've read, this is my 3rd book of Kristen Hanna. It is in 3rd person, but her writing is like just so simple, but so descriptive and so detailed that you don't question. You don't even realize you're in 3rd person. And I hate 3rd person. Absolutely hate 3rd person. I like the emotional connection of the 1st person. I don't know what she does. I don't know what magic is in these books. You don't even like think twice about it being in 3rd person. It's crazy. But basically, you kind of go through the journey of moving to Alaska and figuring it out life of, in the summer, you're working and you're hunting and you're preparing for the winter. Then in the winter, it's all about the work and the living and the survival of Alaska. But there's like the family connections that you meet along the way and the people are there, and there is a love story in here. If you're the type of girl, just like me, when the guy in the relationship like yearns and like wants it more than the girl does, game over. I'm in love with you. Like, I love when the male main character is so beyond in love and so beyond just like wants the girl so, legs are open. Like, oh my god. So I highly recommend to have some domestic violence in it. That is a warning. I hate doing a book review because I want to just talk about the details of what made me go fucking like nuts, but then that'll be giving away and have spoilers. So, but I will say it is a self-discovery, family trauma, breaking the cycle, survival, love. You're like choosing your partner's love over your, like, there is a bunch of topics in here. The Great Alone is amazing. And I think I'm gonna try to tackle The Nightingale next. keeping on the Kristen Hanna train. And I will say is that like this is not a super crazy historical fiction book, like I said, even though it says like the Vietnam War, it's really not. They barely mention the Vietnam War. They mention the trauma. They mention that he was a prisoner of war. They mention how, you know, he's lost his marbles, but they don't talk about like the War of Vietnam. With The Nightingale though, you're like in World War II. You're like in Nazi Germany. You're in the war. So I'm a little nervous about, you know, like the longevity. So I do have this on my Kindle, as I have attempted to read this. I have this on page 10. I've attempted to read this. I've reread or retried to read this over and over again, but I wasn't on my reading bullshit. I even bought this on my Kindle thinking that it was a paperback issue. But no, I just wasn't in the headspace for it. So now that I feel like I've literally finished The Great Alone Tuesday night. It's Thursday. I just finished this. So I feel like now that I'm back, you know, I'm good. Worst case scenario, we could switch to The Woman. My big thing about historical fictions or like these multiple books is that it's based in the US, right? Like they're mostly, like all of these are based in the US. I believe you're in Paris, like you're in the thick of World War II. I just have to get my mind there, you know? I don't know. So we're gonna give Nightingale a try. I've heard from like thousands of people, and I'm not even joking, that the Nightingale is the book. So we're gonna give The Nightingale a try, and we're gonna stick it right up there. Number 2. All right, those are all my 2025 books that I want to read. I definitely want to go through more of my thrillers because God, I need to like read, like I haven't read a single book on this entire shelf. Like we need to go through these, you know, like we need to go. I do get rid of, or I do donate, actually. I donate the books that I just didn't like. So I kind of low-key want to start reading these to get the ones that I don't like out and like so I can make room for more. So yeah. Thumbnail. Wish me luck.